Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show that no one remembered existed, including us. Today, we're back and we're talking about a movie I didn't think we would be talking about. Minions: Rise of Gru. Is that it?
It's Minions: The Rise of
The
Gru.
Rise of. How could I get that wrong? So, I haven't seen it, but you have, and you're going to tell me about the lovely viewing experience you had. But please tell me how you went to the cinema, how you prepped, and what's happening in the world, because I still don't know what the hell is going on.
Alright, so basically,
Yeah.
like a week or so ago, my
Yeah.
mate said, like, he just opened up a group chat that he invited a whole bunch of his friends, and the group chat was just called, like, we're going to Despicable Me, or something. The group chat's changed names a lot of times since then, but it was like basically him inviting a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, yeah. It started out as like an innocent thing, like we'll go and catch a movie on like Sunday or whatever. It'll be a cool, quick, casual, no problem.
Casual viewing experience. Didn't know we were actually committing and seeing Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Yeah, we had no clue what we were getting into. So we didn't my mate may have been planning this the whole time. I kind of thought he was joking at the start, but then the more he's talking about it, the more I was like, yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool idea. And this idea is, of course, as I'm sure all of our viewers have probably heard from somewhere or another,
Yeah.
to go to Rise of Gru while wearing, like, suits and tuxedos and really, like,
Yeah.
fucking smart wear. And
Yeah, I'm so fucking confused. Like, I have heard of it, and it's been within the space of movie information that I take in, but I don't get it still. Was there, like, someone that's like, yeah, we're higher in etiquette than everyone else. That's why we wear suits when we go and see Minions: The Rise of Gru.
like, the way I had to explain it to my boss, we'll get into some mischief that happened on the day.
Yep.
A bit
Cool.
later. But essentially, it's an ironic appreciation of the film as though it were like a formal event.
Yeah.
When, it is. It's the cinematic masterpiece of our time.
Of course, I unironically hope it becomes the highest grossing film of all time.
It, like, unironically, it, like, went fucking gangbusters on the first day.
Gangbusters! What?
Like,
I haven't heard that before. It was like he just said Ghostbusters wrong. What? Yeah.
pretty sure it sold something like $116 million
Yeah.
on the first day, which seems pretty good to me.
I mean, despite the critical reception of the first Minions movie, kids love it. They still go nuts over it. So it doesn't surprise me too much that it's making bank. I mean,
Yeah.
gangbusters.
Yeah, apparently Lightyear flopped, and that's also a kids' movie, so...
Yeah, I heard they tried to cram some sort of like LGBTQ relationship into it, and it
this
kind of
isn't
took the
about
focus away.
Lightyear.
Nah,
I don't really care.
I just thought I'd bring it up real quick.
It's funny, I was at dinner with my cousins, and they said Lightyear was really good, and that evening, until I obviously brought it up, there was nary a mention of Minions: The Rise of Gru when they were talking about movies. They brought up, like, Lightyear, Top Gun,
Yep.
a couple others. And I was like, hey, have any of you gone to see Minions: The Rise of Gru? And this was actually yesterday, so it was the day after I had seen it, because I saw it on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday now. Just in case you didn't know that.
No, that's alright. So, what happened? You had to talk to your boss about it?
Okay, alright. So basically, Friday, me and my mate, because we work, like, I work at a car wash, it's at a shopping centre. My mate works at a cafe in the same shopping centre, so we met up after work. We were like, alright, let's go
Yep.
fucking find some suits, right? And until I and met him because he'd been to the suit shops already for a look, and I met him in like the car park outside of where he works.
Yep.
And like before I did this, I was ready to drop like $1,000, $2,000 on a suit. Like I was expecting it to be really expensive. But then he comes up, he's like, "I've got $300," and I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Are suits that cheap?"
Are you
I
you're
was
not
astonished.
serious? Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go around. We go to a couple suit shops. Now, I wanted a white suit.
That's right. You were yes. So you want to look like James Bond with a bloody bow tie.
No, I mean, you've seen the picture of the suit I had 10 years ago.
I know, but other people haven't, so I'm trying to like.
I mean, my friend had. I mean, you can show it on screen now if you want.
Oh, he's already up there with the minions.
No, I mean,
Nah.
the old picture.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Like
just
he
so
was in
you
the
know.
wallpaper up there with the minions, just hanging out.
He was already there. Brilliant.
Yeah, he's been there since the start. Nah.
He's slowly fading in.
It's zooming in like the old times. Yeah, so
Yeah, so I wanted to get a recreation of my tuxedo.
yeah.
But none of the suit shops I went to had like a plain white suit.
I feel like a white suit would be really expensive. I don't ever see them. Like I know they're very much like for pimp gangsters, but like
Which is actually why I needed one.
exactly why you needed one. But I don't ever see them.
Like I wanted to go in with like the white suit because with that outfit I had as a kid, I had a white suit, black shirt with a red tie. That went hard as fuck.
Yeah.
But eventually I settled for just a black suit with a floral print shirt,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the picture is somewhere on screen.
I'll make sure it's visible.
Yeah, make sure it's very clear, like so people can see the suit. It goes hard.
Oh fuck.
My mate bought a suit. Like he got his suit for like in the store next door to where I bought it. Because the store he bought his from was a bit cheaper.
Yep.
And so he ended up like he didn't go over his budget of $300. I ended up spending $450 because I.
This is one expensive movie, man.
Yeah, I bought the suit, like a nice belt, nice shoes. I bought 3 different shirts.
You're only gonna wear one.
Well, because I hadn't decided yet which one I was going to wear, so I
So
got.
you had to like Toy Story 3 when
plain
Ken's
white
got his
one.
fashion show. Like you had to like try them all out in the mirror before, because I mean it's an event, you know. We have to look sharp.
And then I also got a plain black one. But obviously I tried on the floral print one, first, and it completely. The second I had it on, I knew that it was the one.
Yeah.
That's suit shopping done. That was great fun. I actually really enjoyed it. And
All we've done is talk about suit shopping. We haven't talked about the movie yet.
How long's it been?
I don't know. You told me.
It's been 10 minutes.
All right, we should probably get into the movie a bit more. So you went to see it. You were there with like.
No, shh.
All right.
Still have to
Tell
build
the story.
atmosphere.
Build the atmosphere. Build it up.
The car wash I work at is right across from, like, it's right on the edge of the car park, but you have to, like, pay into, like, you have to get, like, a ticket to go into the shopping center car park.
Okay.
But right across, like, car wash is right on the edge, and right across from it is a McDonald's, but you can get in parking there for free.
All right.
And so, because I didn't want to go on the bus with my suit, I had my mum drop me off right in front of the car wash during business hours. This
Nice.
was 4:30. So I get out.
Yeah.
I look over. I see one of them see me get out of the car, because like you see somebody get out of a car wearing a suit outside of McDonald's.
It raises questions.
And then I see like one of them like look directly at me, and I was wearing sunglasses.
Yeah. So you just.
I think I've sent you the picture of me with the suit and sunglasses.
I think so. Anyway.
And then I see him instantly like get the attention of everybody else.
Oh, no.
Because they weren't very busy. So like they had time to like, you know, to acknowledge it, and then like I obviously didn't want to go into the car wash because they have like a lot of water and whatnot everywhere.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Yeah.
It would be a very good car wash if there wasn't water.
Yeah, but like I didn't want to get like.
Yeah. You didn't want to wreck the suit.
So like a few of them came out to talk to me, and they were all like, "Oh, bro, what?"
What's the occasion?
Yeah, basically. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm going out to see a movie with a couple friends. And the second I said I was going to see a movie, instantly a couple of them were like, oh, are you seeing Minions? Because, they know...
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows that I'm wearing a suit to see Minions.
Yeah.
And it's like my bosses and everyone was asking me about it the next day, like the people who didn't really get it so much.
Yeah. I would think.
So that was when I had to explain it to my boss, why I was wearing a suit to watch a children's film.
I like to imagine, like, you pulled up and you got out of the door and there was, like, doves and, like, you were as styling as possible and everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck's up with him? But, yeah, he is being dropped off by his mum. I suppose it's not that cool. But, like, you don't know whether this is cool or it's not cool. What are you doing in a suit? And you're like, Minions, boys and girls, listen, all right? This is business. I can't be here. My time is limited around you people. I've got to go.
Yeah, so I had a great talk with those guys, and then eventually I ended up meeting up with my other mates.
Yep.
Or my mate and his mates, and we're all dripped out. We're like... my friend, the one I actually, like, knew, when we were, like, it was, like, about 5:30... when we'd gotten everyone together. Yep. This man is standing there in his suit smoking cigars outside of the cinema.
Does he think he's Scarface?
And he's lighting them with matches.
Yes! I'm just imagining it being like right in front of the poster outside the building. Or in the lobby and he's like...
But I'm like, damn, no wonder you only had $300 to buy a suit.
Yeah.
You're spending it on cigars. So yeah, that was great. Because it was like closing time for the shopping center, the movie theater is in the shopping center. So the only door to the shopping center that's unlocked is the one right outside the theater.
Yep.
We're seeing people walk in, and we're standing outside, smoking cigars, and it went absolutely hard. And I saw a few of them, and I knew that they knew.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And we go in, and there is a huge line to actually see the film.
Was this opening night, or was this like a couple screenings later?
It was a couple screenings later. It was a 6 p.m. screening on a Sunday.
Was it still opening day?
No. Opening day was...
Damn, so there was a long line at 6 p.m.
Yeah. And in this line are not to mention that multiple other people in suits. There are the only 3 kids that I ever saw that night.
Oh my god. They don't know their target demographic, do they?
Yeah.
They don't get it.
There were, like, those 3, like, they also went in to see Minions, and
Yeah.
there were no other kids in the theater. Because...
So were those kids with, like, parents?
Yeah, they were with their parents.
So, like, their parents looking around, like, everyone in suits wondering what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, are they shitting themselves?
It wasn't like everyone in suits. There were, a lot of people were going in casual clothes, but it was mostly, like, teenagers to young adults.
Yeah.
And my mate, because obviously I wanted to be the one to go up to the counter and say 4 tickets to Minions, please. But my mate insisted that it was him because it was his idea, and we agreed that that was fair as long as I can say it for Barbie when we go to that next year.
Yep.
And you're going to be coming with as well.
I hope so. Just so everyone knows, he's not rude for, like, not inviting me, and none of these friends were talking to me, and that I wasn't included. I live really, really far away, so he's not rude at all. That's just what's going on.
I mean,
anyway,
would you even have fit the dress code?
I fucking would have. I would have bought a tuxedo. I would have tried to look the most baller motherfucker that was ever there that could ever exist.
I mean, that would be a challenge because I was there.
My pink tuxedo with glitter, like, dude, you fucking, you ain't getting more.
That's what you should wear to Barbie.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'll do it.
So my mate goes up to the counter, he says 4 tickets to Minions, please, and the cashier,
Yeah.
like, she's like a 50-year-old woman.
Oh.
And she's obviously like, I could, see in her face when we ordered the tickets that not only were we not the first to do it, but she knew what the people in suits behind us were also there to do, and she was really confused about the whole thing. 'Cause it had presumably, like, at this point, it had surely been happening for several days.
This poor woman. She's like, what's going on? Don't burn the cinema down. Oh, that's fantastic.
And, so... Oh, actually... Oh, yeah, no. This is, like, one of the best parts, because we get our tickets, I put it in my, like, breast pocket.
Yep. Perfect.
And then, as we walk over to walk past the person who, like, checks your tickets and whatnot... I, like, pull it out with 2 fingers to, like, show him or fly, like.
I'm sorry, this is so much better than I thought it would be. Like, you had the full way, like, oh, right, and you check your breast pocket, pull it out with 2 fingers.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, it is also worth noting that, like, because I wear glasses, I was keeping them in my inner jacket pocket.
Yeah.
So that way, when I had to get my glasses out, I, like, flicked them out of my inner jacket pocket.
Dude, all you're missing is a briefcase and a receding hairline. Like, you were there.
I did want to get a briefcase.
Oh, if anyone had a briefcase there, they are my hero.
That would have been awesome.
Like, yeah, the boys knocked off work, we've come to see Minions, the Rise of Gru.
We had the fucking briefcase full of the Coles snacks we brought because the movie snacks are too expensive.
Yes. That would have been amazing.
But, we get in.
Yep.
We're past the ticket man. We walk into Cinema 3. And then we're walking in. And then as we, walk through the corridor, and as we turn around into the cinema itself, and, like, we're in view of everyone, and they're, like, I hear, like, multiple people, like, yell out, like, yeah, they're actually wearing suits. It was the most insane fucking... It was so good. I felt like I genuinely felt like a fucking celebrity. And, like, because then, my mates wanted to sit up at the back. I didn't really care, but it was, like, pretty packed cinema. So there weren't actually that many seats left.
Yeah, right.
So we go up all the way to the back. We're in the back left corner. So we're walking up the stairs past everyone. And like, I could like see him like, yeah, these guys are great, you know.
I still sorry, I still can't get over the fact that Yus was like smoking cigars outside the cinema, like standing around like fucking Fat Tony's crew from The Simpsons or some shit, ready to just drop some guy who comes to the front door of the cinema. Like, it's amazing. But it's for Minions. Anyway, so you're walking up the stairs.
And we take our seats. I take the most corner one, so I'm like right in the corner.
Yeah.
And there's one seat in front of me, and in front of that is like the entrance. So there's no seats in front of him.
Okay. Yep.
And the seat in front of me, somebody comes and sits in it.
Yep.
Which I didn't mind. It's like the altitude makes it so you can easily see over people.
Easy for you to say. I'm short as fuck. I have to decapitate him every time.
The seat in front of me is busted. He sits in it. The entire thing falls back, so he's basically sitting in my lap.
What?
So I've got to have like my legs spread out, so they're like one of them's like off to the right, and my left leg is like going all the way down, so like it's like right next to his armrest.
Yeah.
Because I've got nowhere else for it, so he could see there's a really expensive shoe next to him.
Awesome.
And like, when they sat down in front of us, they could see we were wearing suits and stuff because the lights hadn't gone down yet and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they were like, they had a good laugh. And then we saw the movie, and then after the movie...
yeah, after the movie. Anyway, so like, let's not talk about the movie.
Maybe we should talk about the movie.
How was it? Was it actually any good?
Yeah, we're 25 minutes into this, so I probably bring up the film.
Bring up the film, come on.
I actually thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I think that Illumination, because Illumination started with Despicable Me 1, that was their first film.
Yeah.
Despicable Me 1 is actually really good.
I like the first one, yeah.
And then they went really downhill for like the next 10 years. They kept making things that were just worse and worse, like, the Lorax, the sequels, Minions 1.
Did they do the Lorax?
Yeah, they did the Lorax. I'm certain they did the Lorax. They were making like progressively worse and worse stuff. And I think eventually they stopped caring so much that it went right back around to being good again.
Awesome.
Because, Minions Rise of Gru is pretty good. And obviously I went in with the intention of like, pretending to find it funny. But yeah. I actually did find a lot of the jokes funny.
So, with this, should we dive into spoilers at all? Because I want to know, and I don't think anyone in our audience is under 10 and really cares for spoilers for Minions The Rise of Gru, and I don't think it's going to matter 5 years from now. So...
I mean, I do think that anybody interested should go and watch the film.
Yeah, I feel like I've missed out on the experience. I should have been over with you and wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah, no, but yeah, like this, I do want to say that my cinema experience would not have been half as enjoyable if it weren't for the actual stuff around the film, like the suits and everything.
Yeah.
I would like to do a whole, like, plot breakdown, but, this is a Minions film.
This is what we're here for, man. I gotta know what your opinion is. I value it.
You got lost while I was explaining the plot of Cats, and that was far, far more straightforward.
Oh, really?
Because this, like, jumps around more than a bloody pinball machine. You're gonna get confused really fast.
See, I thought, being a kids' film, it would be much more straightforward, but that's interesting. So it jumps all over the place.
There are, like, 3 separate plot lines happening simultaneously for most of the film.
Yep.
It's basically Pulp Fiction.
Oh my god. Did you just say that?
At least it's in chronological order. If it was
Oh
not,
my god.
actually, it is funny because there is a long section that's like heavily inspired by Kill Bill.
Yeah.
To the point where the minions even wear that yellow like suit
Uh,
from Kill Bill.
okay, maybe they do understand their target audience. That's not something kids are gonna get straight away.
Yeah, and there's also like a joke about like Gru's mum having sex with strange guys.
What?
He like walks in to her bedroom and she's doing like yoga and like shaman meditation, and I forget what he says exactly, but it's like kind of like a bit of a strange, joke.
What's this movie rated?
PG, I think. Actually, I still have the ticket. I'll check.
PG-13, buddy, with the sexual innuendos.
The ticket is in my breast pocket. It is PG.
I love that you're still wearing the suit. It never came off. You were a changed man after that experience. How was Dolph Lundgren? Daddy Dolph. He wished my dad a happy birthday, and I want to know if he's any good. He was the villain, I'm pretty sure.
The main villain was a black woman.
Then it wasn't. Some other guy, human character.
I don't know who exactly he played, but I don't think it was actually one of the main characters, because the villains are it's a group of 5 people called the Vicious Six.
Okay.
And only one of them's actually like it really has any plot significance. The rest are just like the muscle for most of it.
Dolph would be muscle. I mean, he was the Ivan Drago in Rocky 4. You know, the huge Russian with the blonde hair.
He plays a man called Svengeance, and I don't even remember that name. I'm fairly certain he's not even one of the Vicious Six. He definitely isn't. Yeah,
You get Dolph Lundgren, and you don't even make him.
I know who he is. There's one scene where Gru is like, because they're called the Vicious Six, but they're a man down because they betrayed him for the ancient Chinese medallion with the Shaolin spirits.
What? What's this movie about again? You never gave me a plot synopsis.
Okay, it starts with the main, the black lady. Her name is Bell Bottom. In a police chase, and she has stolen a map, and she does her little her cool little tricks on her motorcycle. I
can't picture it. But go on, yeah.
Yeah, then she makes it to the villain hideout, and she gives it to the leader of the Vicious Six, who's not her at the moment, but it's a man named Wild Knuckles.
Alright.
And he's our guy. He's great.
Alright, cool.
And then Wild Knuckles is like, yes, now we have the map to the ancient Chinese Zodiac Stone. And then it smash cuts immediately to this man in the middle of the fucking Peru in a waterfall with 2 giant dragon statues going into an Indiana Jones tomb.
Okay, you're right. You've lost me, man. What the fuck is this movie about? You gotta see, it makes sense in your head, but you gotta hear it back the way I'm hearing it and listen to this podcast, because I'm what?
And then
what? Zodiac, Peru, dragon statues, fucking what? It was a black lady on a motorcycle being chased by cops, and now it is something else entirely.
And
does the Zodiac Killer show up?
Yeah, that comes in a bit later.
Yeah, cool.
Because this is all just context for the one scene with Dolph Lundgren.
Okay, cool, yeah, just keep going then.
So basically, Wild Knuckles goes in, he deftly avoids the traps,
Yep.
And then he gets the Zodiac Stone, and as soon as he pulls it off of the pedestal, these strange, 3-foot tall metal robots all start climbing out of the walls and like fighting him, and they're like kind of like robot minions, but they're not actually, because my instant thought was that they were somehow associated with the Minions, because as we know from watching Minions 1, the Minions are actually an ancient race.
So I wish there was a camera on my face right now. I've gone through like 20 different emotions.
But
God.
to my knowledge, they don't really have anything to do with the Minions, because the Minions aren't like of Chinese origin.
Well, it's
to
good
my
that
knowledge.
in a Minions movie, you have things that just have nothing to do with the Minions. I haven't
Yeah,
even
so
heard
basically,
Gru
like,
yet. I haven't heard
he's not in the first like 5-10 minutes of the film. It's all like what I'm
set
talking
up.
about now.
Yeah.
And then, like, he, runs out, he gets away, and then, or, like, he's getting away, and then, he kills, like, 3 of these things. He, like, just punches metal into, like, dust with his bare hands.
So there's like proper murder, or are these really inanimate objects?
They're just, like, little tin, like, robots. They don't appear to be, I mean, they're moving around and trying to kill him with, like, swords and spears and stuff.
I'm going to say they're robots. I have no context, but I'm just going to say there isn't blatant murder.
He did walk past multiple human skeletons.
Oh, yeah.
And I always pick up on that in kids' films, because that is a dead man. Like, that is an actual dead human.
Yeah.
In a kids' film, and it's like, if you actually think about that, it's surprising how often skeletons are shown in kids' films.
Some kids' movies get pretty damn dark. You know this,
Yeah.
but...
People do actually die in this film.
Oh, cool.
Alright, so basically, he escapes, he's climbing up, and, like, he climbs to the top of one of the dragon statues, because all of a sudden there are thousands of the little robots, like, chasing him.
Yep.
And then, from the sky, the other members of the Vicious Six are in a flying car, and all of a sudden a rope that looks like a noose drops down right in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it is tied like a noose.
Okay.
And, like, he starts, like, climbing up the rope.
Oh, cool. I was hoping you weren't going to tell me that car just started driving off in the air, and it got dark really quickly in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, and then he climbs up the rope, and then the black lady takes the Zodiac Stone from him and pushes him off the car, and he falls to his death.
Well, guess it didn't matter anyway.
So now there's an opening in the Vicious Six, and so they're hiring new people. I forget exactly what... No. Yeah, I remember what the next scene is. It's a thing at school, and the teacher's asking kids what they want to be when they grow up. There is a funny joke when one of the kids says that he wants to be a teacher, and the teacher says, "No, you don't." I thought that was funny. The teacher was depressed.
That's become a trend. A lot of people don't want to be teachers anymore. Kids are horrible.
And then Gru puts his hand up and says that he wants to be a supervillain, and everyone laughs at him, and he cries.
It's perfect makings of a supervillain. Like, that's what he should be wanting, right? Feed the hate.
And then it cuts to him. He goes outside. His minion... He's got, like, a minion dressed like his dad, his mom, and, like, another one. And this is Kevin Stewart and Bob, the classic three.
Yep.
That everyone knows and loves. The, like, tall one, the short one, and the...
Yeah. I wouldn't remember their names, but... Yes, go on.
Yeah, so, he gets onto, like... It's like a push bike, but then he presses a button, it has a huge jet engine on the back, and he, like, flies off. He goes home, and then he checks his mailbox, and he has a letter from the Vicious Six, and he puts it in, saying that they've, like, accepted his application. He has a job interview with them.
Alright.
So he goes to them, then in the waiting room, there's, like, a guy with a chainsaw that doesn't talk, and a guy sharpening a machete. And the guy sharpening the machete is Dolph Lundgren, and he's in the film for about 15 seconds.
What? What? All this build up and shit I've heard. Hang on. Hang on. Hold the fuck up. Hang on. No. This is fucked. I don't like this. My life means nothing. I gotta hang on. No. Alright. Minions. The Rise of
Barely so. I mean, I can only guess that guy is Dolph Lundgren, because if it's not, I have no clue who Dolph Lundgren is.
Yeah, just want to let everyone know we put in our research here at Bommer and Griffin.
Oh no, he is one of the Vicious Six. He's the roller skating Swedish one. Never mind.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's it. He's also a minor character. He doesn't actually. I don't remember him talking very much either. I think the guy sharpening a machete.
Vengeance was Dolph Lundgren.
That's it. Yes, I actually got my facts wrong. Whoops.
And Russell Brand is Dr. Nefario. That's just shattered my world. All right.
Yeah, we do see a young Dr. Nefario in this film. He's he's running like a record store. He actually, he gives Gru an important thing before Gru goes in, because he's working in the record store that's a cover for the Vicious Six's hideout.
Okay.
And he gives Gru this little gun that shoots out a hand made of slime to like grab things. And this comes up, and he says to Gru, "Don't forget who gave you your first gadget." But this is actually a bit of a plot hole, because in Minions 1 we see Gru using the freeze gun, which doesn't actually come up in this film.
No, not lore in the Minions universe. Plot holes. No.
There's actually another one.
Oh no.
One that
What's the one come to? Oh no.
So Gru goes in. He's having his job interview with the Vicious Six, and the black lady asks him if he's even bad, and Gru says, "Well, I am pretty despicable."
Oh, got him. Was there a large applause inside the cinema?
Yeah, no, I heard multiple people laughing.
Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That was great. And then the lady is like, "Yeah, look what we fucking stole. We stole this ancient Chinese artifact. You can't do shit, baby bitch boy. Go home."
I hope
loser.
That's the quote.
It's not.
No.
That would have been great.
Yeah, the loser baby bitch boy. I was like, really? That's what they said in the movie? Oh, what do you know? This is really insightful. I gotta go see it. There's so much.
Rise of Gru, but kind of hard.
Yeah, man. Almost as hard as the suits.
Yeah.
But nowhere near as hard as the cigar smoking. Like there's levels to it. Like, yeah.
And then, they're like, next interviewee. And while they're talking to the next interviewer, Gru does a bit of a sleight of hand little trick, and he uses the slime hand gun to take the Zodiac Stone away. And he's a bit of he is pretty despicable.
Yeah, got him again.
So, Gru's in possession of the Zodiac Stone. They see him leaving with it, and they're like, "Oh, fucking kill that little shit."
Quote.
They do actually say, kill him.
Yeah, but they say, fucking kill him, right?
Yeah. Feed his entrails to the dogs.
Yeah, man, that's what they said. That's just how the movie went.
And then, he goes up, he's riding his bicycle away, and we see, the jet engine on it's not working. So the Vicious Six is closing in on him.
Shit.
It's real disastrous.
Bro, I got goosebumps. Go on.
But his minions that came with him, he gives the stone to one of them. It's a new minion character who's not in the other films. His name's Otto. He's a bit short, he's fat, and he's super goofy.
I feel like they've just ripped off Danny DeVito's likeness there. That's not cool.
So he gives it to Otto, and he chucks Otto away, and Otto, so they're still the Vicious Six are still chasing Gru, but Otto's got the stone. So
Oh, thank
you
God.
know, the stone, like, Otto gets away, and then Gru's like going on his bike, and he evades them. And then after he evades the Vicious Six, we see that a black van is following Gru home.
Yeah.
So Gru gets home. He's celebrating. He's in his little, like, it's the start of his little lair. The minions have been building it.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, we stole the stone from the Vicious Six, and they're going to be so happy when I give it back to them.
Okay.
Because that's his plan at the moment. He planned to steal the stone, then give it back to them as basically his, like, proof that he can do shit, you know?
Man, you're right. This plot is convoluted for a kid's film. I haven't even heard the other two stories yet. You said there's 3 things going on. Oh,
Yeah, no,
God.
basically. And then Otto comes in, and then Otto, like, Gru's like, yeah, Otto, hand over the stone. And Otto pulls out of his little overall pocket, because you know the overalls the minions wear.
Yes, that is true.
Pulls out like a garden rock with 2 googly eyes on it. It's like, fuck, that's not the Zodiac stone. What happened?
Got him. Got him.
And then Otto's talking about how he had all these wacky adventures. Like a bird stole the stone at one point, but Otto grabbed it out of the air with his bare hands because he's a fucking Chad. He's a beast.
Yeah,
And then
as we know.
he lands in the backyard of a kid's birthday party, and he sees the pet rock with googly eyes on it, and he falls in love with it, and instantly goes in to trade the Zodiac stone for the pet rock. And it's like, oh no, Gru needed that to get into the Vicious Six. Otto, you fool, you bumbling buffoon, how could you have done this?
Jackson, what the fuck's going on? What's going on? I'm so confused. You were right, I'm sorry, I take it back. I don't understand the plot at all. So Otto's in love with a stone with googly eyes, but Gru needs it. Get him to the 6. Oh,
so Gru goes outside, and he tells the minions that they're fired. He's upset with the quality of their work, and he has decided to terminate their employment.
Are they doing the thing that's like, oh, I don't like you anymore and I don't like you either, just so they can come back together, swashbuckling at the end? Are they doing the same thing we've all seen a billion fucking times?
There's a bit more to it here.
You tell me the bit more to it, alright? I don't need the next hour of my life dedicated to hearing that same debacle unfold. You just tell me the shit that's new here.
Okay. And then Gru walks out to the sidewalk to find the house that, Otto...
I don't. But go on.
Gru goes out to... He's walking down the street. It's the middle of the night by now.
Sketchy.
To find the house with the birthday party so he can get the Zodiac stone back.
Yep.
And then, while he's walking down the street, that black van from earlier pulls up beside him. The side door opens. They grab him, chuck him in a bag, and fucking drive off.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they start throwing the bag around, they just start beating it. You were leading me down this road where it was going to get dark quick, but okay, he's kidnapped.
Dark.
Alright.
He's kidnapped.
Yes.
And then...
That's that's full Predator stuff there, right?
Yeah, and then, it's a I think it's the camera shot is close to Gru's face in the bag, and then the bag is pulled away, and Gru sees that his captor is Wild Knuckles.
What?
The man who died.
Amazing.
He's not dead.
Bro,
he has
spoiler.
a black eye.
Yeah, go on. Black eye.
He has a black eye from falling like 500 meters.
Man, fucking
Pretty epic.
epic gamer
Um,
move right there.
And then Wild Knuckles says, "Bro, I know you took the stone. Where is it?" And then Gru's like saying how he don't got the stones. So
I don't got the stones, homie. It ain't up in here.
yeah, and then like Wild Knuckles is like, "Okay, we've searched him. He doesn't have the stone, and he says he doesn't know where it is."
How did
so
they
we're just
search
gonna-
him? What did that look like?
Full body.
Oh, a full body cavity search on a child, no less. This movie, are you sure it's PG? Like, fucking. That's pretty
so they
full on.
find-
Was that his basic instinct scene? Like,
There is a lot of minion ass in this film.
and it's surprising, man. They got that bunda, as I
also
keep
a lot-
hearing.
There's also one scene of Gru like getting out of the shower, and there's a bit of Gru ass,
Oh shit!
which is weird because he's 11 years old in this film.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't know if you keep hearing this, but everyone around me keeps calling us bunda now, and I don't know why.
That's a term I've heard. Basically, Wild Knuckles holds out a phone to Gru so he can call home, and it's a bit of a funny scene because he's dangling him over the side of a balcony while Gru is using like one of those rotary telephones. So it's like it goes like silent, and the film like watches him like hanging there for like 30 seconds while he's putting his number in. That was another one of the jokes I found kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because this film's set in 1976, I didn't mention that, but the first shot of the film is a billboard that says, like, something 1976. And then he calls home, and his mum doesn't answer, but the minions answer, and they hear the Wild Knuckles. He says that if they don't get the stone to him in 2 days, he's gonna turn Gru into mincemeat. He's gonna feed him to the gators.
I'm sorry, which part of that was the quote? These are like word for word retellings. Feed him to the gators, or like we're gonna turn you into mincemeat.
I don't like. He does say that he's gonna kill him. I don't like, and he does have alligators, but that isn't actually how he plans to kill him. I'll get into that a bit later.
Did they like say, "Why don't you get a job, Al?" and like pull out knives and like threaten to stab him or something?
And then the minions are like, "God damn it, Otto! You've nearly got our guy bloody killed, man."
They don't speak English, do they? So you're like interpreting abba 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 abba.
You know, they do call Gru. I mean, there are a few things they say in English. Like when they talk to Gru, they call him mini boss, which is actually important to know for later on.
Oh, of course.
Otto takes the other minions to the house that he traded the Zodiac Stone to,
Yep.
and Kevin, Stewart, and Bob go in to interrogate the child. Like full on.
Like,
I'm talking like.
feel free to exaggerate some elements here. It makes the story better for me.
I'm talking like GTA 5 interrogation scene here. I'm not even actually joking that much. They like put the screws in him.
Oh, goddamn.
And then he says that he gave the Zodiac Stone to his uncle because his uncle kind of like likes that drip. And then as they're saying this, Otto sees a guy on a motorcycle with the Zodiac Stone hanging around his neck, driving out of the garage. But he can't get the other minions' attention because they're too busy tasing this guy's nipples. They've got the car battery hooked up to him.
Jackson, things don't make enough sense as it is. You jumping around like this is killing me, dude. I fucking can't.
And but luckily,
What does this look like in my mind? I can't picture it.
Luckily,
What the fuck is
Otto
going on?
sees like one of those little plastic tricycles on the in the front yard, and Otto is off after that motorcycle. He's going. And this is the beginning of the Otto subplot, which splits off from here. Because now we've got the Gru, we got what Gru's doing, we've got what Kevin Stewart and Bob are doing, and we're gonna have what Otto is doing.
Please tell me we're past the 30-minute mark of like the movie. I mean,
yeah, we're about a third of the way in. Oh yeah, it's important to note that Gru has been taken to San Francisco, and the minions know that they have to go to San Francisco.
What the fuck is going on?
So when the kids say that his uncle has gone and he doesn't know where he's going to be, the minions are alright. Plan B, we're going to San Francisco. We're just going to kill him. We're going to break Gru out.
Alright. Simple plan, easy to remember.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So, Kevin, Stewart, and Bob go to the airport. But, what's this? When Bob tries to pay for tickets, he's just got, like, random junk in his pocket. They don't have money. They hijack the plane.
Wait. Oh man, that's just believable enough, but fuck, I almost don't buy that. Go on. They hijack the plane.
Yeah, no,
They are bad guys, so.
You know, they see the pilots walk in to the airport right after they get turned away at the door, or turned away at the reception desk, and then they're shown stealing the pilots' like luggage and stuff when the pilots put their luggage down to like talk to people.
Yep.
And then it shows the minions walking into the airport that they were already in, dressed as pilots with women surrounding them. Just like the pilots did.
Yeah.
And one of the minions is dressed as a hostess. I think that was Bob, and he was pretty cute.
Wait, what, dude? Alright. You've obviously drunk way too much tonight. I'm sorry, but I can't follow it again. I'm so lost.
So they get on the plane. Kevin and Stewart go into the cockpit. They start pressing random buttons because
that's how you fly.
They don't know how to fly a plane, and the plane is taxiing along the runway. It's going like across the like green areas. It's like driving straight for the bloody air traffic control tower.
Oh yeah, cool.
All the people in the air traffic control tower are running, screaming.
And then like airplane, it just goes straight through the building.
No, it does like a 90-degree angle upwards just in time. And now we're flying.
I believe you now.
The minions are airborne. So Bob is going around as a hostess, and he's handing out peanuts. But another thing I thought was quite funny is he's saying like, "Oh, do you want peanuts?" to people, and when they say yes, he hands them one peanut from the bag, and he's going down the aisle handing one peanut to everyone, and I thought that was quite amusing.
You're easily amused, aren't you? I'm serious. I don't find it that funny. Like, you're there in a tuxedo chuckling away like, look, he's only given one peanut. Oh, I love it. Dude, I wish I was there. Really did enhance the experience, didn't it?
Yeah. And then he comes up to a child, and the child is crying, and he doesn't know how to calm the child down. He never does. It cuts back into the cockpit. Kevin is just reclining. He's snoozing because they're in the air now. It's not really a big deal.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
And then Stewart needs to go to the bathroom. So he does, and he gets stuck in it, of course. And then Kevin realizes they're at San Francisco, and just nosedives it down.
Do you think, like, pilots go to the cinema and like watch this and the B movie and every other movie that involves a plane and just goes, that's fucking bullshit. Like that, a couple blokes that think really logically, don't watch movies all that often, and they just get really pissed off. They're like, that's not how you take off on the fucking plane. That's all fucking wrong. I feel like that happens.
I feel like at least one pilot. I mean, pilots already have the suit.
Do you reckon pilots watch those movies while flying the planes?
What? When you're in the air, how much do you really have to do?
If I was a pilot, I'd be sitting there with my tablet open watching Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, an airplane, snakes on a plane, fucking...
Yeah. Well,
like
I also have
like
airplane. Yeah, airplane. You should know, if I had a plane, I would only leave box set copies of like airplane crash investigations for people to watch while we're flying. That's all I'd leave. You know, like in Fight Club, they leave the pamphlets in the back of everyone's seat to like safety things. No, it's box DVD sets in the back of everyone's fucking seat with 3 DVD players. Like, here you go.
So, Kevin, like, it's a bit wacky. He's throwing all the passengers around because he hasn't told them. Well, he may have told them to put their seatbelts on. But they couldn't understand him. You see?
Oh, that's right. Doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Thrown around at the bloody cabin, but they make it to San Francisco safe and sound. So
you told me that like they all have to get to San Francisco. You didn't tell me why. You just like, so everyone has to go to San Francisco now.
That's where Gru is.
Okay.
Gru's in San Francisco. When he got kidnapped, that's where
right.
Wild Knuckles lives.
When I get kidnapped, I always end up in San Francisco too. I get it.
And
I'm sorry, I really make you lose your train of thought. I say some random shit, but I'm struggling to follow this plot. I'm really. What is the point here? What are you trying to tell me?
I'm getting the order a little mixed up, but
yeah, that's what's really losing me, man. I'm so confused. It's like you tell me the third act first, and then
because it cuts between Kevin Stewart and, like I said earlier, it cuts between Otto, Gru, and Kevin Stewart, Bob. Like constantly.
So is this movie good or not? Like you're saying there's some good qualities, but it sounds like it's a very convoluted mess, and this whole Zodiac Stone is the MacGuffin of the movie. The whole
It's a lot easier to like take in when you're actually watching the film.
How long's the runtime? How long were you in there
about
for?
An hour and a half.
Fuck, man! How do they cram it all in?
It's like it's actually pretty impressive, honestly.
It sounds like there's like 3 hours of story here.
And then it cuts to like it. I'll go into what Otto's up to, and then we'll talk about Gru.
Oh god, dude, I'm sorry, but you're really losing me. Do you want to just wrap up your thoughts on it? Because I'm having so much more fun listening to the experience about the movie rather than the movie itself.
Okay. All right. Basically, we see Otto like fucking pedaling at like 200 miles per hour, and it's like cutting that he's going through like forests through the rain. Is actually like, you know that scene of Prince Charming riding the horse in Shrek 2?
Yeah, it's like the opening.
Going through all the different locales.
Yeah.
It's like that scene on like 5 times speed. And then Otto like collapses from exhaustion in the middle of the desert.
I'm surprised he made it that far. Like you said, he's really fat, right?
Yeah, I mean,
short, so he's got to pedal like harder to like keep it going. Man,
and he managed to keep enough pace with the actual motorcycle that when he collapses, the guy in front of him realizes and turns around to pick him up. So now Otto is with the guy who has the stone. So Otto has the stone because Otto just grabs the stone off of him. The guy's like, "Yeah, you're pretty chill. You can have it, man. I'm a cool guy, you know? And I'm going to San Francisco. Hell yeah." So,
that's a quote, I'm assuming.
yeah, he's like, "That's cool, soul brother. I'll take you right to San Francisco."
Sorry, for a little bit of context, I tried like Googling the Minion Otto, so I know what I'm looking at. And it's just coming up with Minion-themed motorcycle helmets. The helmet Otto, Minions yellow. Where's Otto looks no bloody different than the rest of them. He's the same bloody minion. You could tell me that's Bob or something and I'd believe you. He must be of substantial size for you to notice in the theater.
Yeah, no, he is significantly like wider than all of the others. Oh my goodness, that is a horrifying motorcycle.
I know, dude, the teeth are around the visor. Like, that's messed up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting.
Oh my god!
I know, $1,000.
If I had a motorcycle, I'd be copping that.
You'd be wearing like a John Wick tuxedo with one of those helmets, and that's it. And a cigar hanging out of the bottom, out of the visor.
So Otto's going to. Oh yeah, an important thing to establish is the Vicious Six have set a deadline on finding the stone, which is the Chinese New Year. It's happening in 2 days, or like, you know, it's a day at this point because the day's already passed. Everyone getting to San Francisco, and it's the Chinese New Year, which is supposed to be when the Zodiac Stone goes sicko mode. You know.
I don't. You're really losing me. I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard to keep up. If anyone else is actually keeping up and you're still here, bravo. Like, seriously.
I am trying to explain this as simply as I can.
I'm sure you're doing a good job. Just the translation, it's getting lost with me. I don't know. It's because details, like, you'll tell me an important thing and then go, oh, wait, no, I actually have to back up and explain that other thing first. And that happens over and over, and I'm like, chronologically, I'm so lost.
The problem is that I'm just not as good a storyteller as the people at Illumination Entertainment.
Oh, here we go.
It cuts to Gru. He's, like, strapped to, like, a giant record player, and it's spinning around till, like, eventually, like, a saw blade is gonna close in on his neck.
Okay.
So, this man's gonna decapitate Gru.
That's bad.
Yeah. It's
right?
like, yeah. So...
You fucked me, dude. I'm just hearing you're like, so, there's this guy, and he's about to, like, decapitate Gru, and then 5 seconds of silence, and then,
Yeah, right, I'm back on track,
All right.
The Kevin Stewart and Bob reach the house in San Francisco.
Right.
They see that Gru's on the top floor, so they're, like, trying to, like, camouflage in. One of them's dressed as a brick wall. One of them's a pot plant. The other one is...
Darth Vader.
I think he's like a soccer ball or something. I don't remember exactly, but
Nice.
it's not important. The important thing, their disguise is found out by the henchmen of Wild Knuckles. So the henchmen, like... They're on the run through the streets of San Francisco. The henchmen are close behind, and they get cornered in like an alleyway outside of an acupuncture, like an acupuncture clinic. And they're getting beat to hell. These guys are like American History Xing the minions.
Okay, that's a dark image in my head, man. You have seen that movie now, right?
Well, I mean, I've seen the scene.
No, the context isn't really there, buddy. I think what they're doing to the minions must be a little different. I'm sorry, I'm imagining the minions with, like, the volatility and cussing that was in that scene. Like, just going ham. Like, you sure this movie's PG?
Alright, then the lady running the acupuncture clinic comes outside and she says, and I quote, "I am a master of the ancient Shaolin art of Kung Fu."
Bruh, she's Shaolin monk.
And then she kicks these guys' ass. She's like jumping over, like kicking off of walls and shit, doing all these cool, like, Yakuza-esque style moves. Like, she's absolutely demolishing these dudes. And then she runs them off. They leave. And then the minions are like, holy shit. We've got to learn Kung Fu so we can, save our man.
Yep. Sounds
so
like a
they
rom-com now. Gotta save our man. Let's learn Kung Fu.
So
Is this the moment in the cinema when your friend then lit up another cigar and started blowing smoke into one of the young children's faces?
we weren't sitting anywhere near them. They were on the other side of the room.
God damn it.
There were like 40 adults in between us and those kids.
Ah, loving it. Loving it.
This is the scene that has, references to Kill Bill and like Quentin Tarantino style filmmaking.
Yep. Hopefully just as much blood.
Yeah. And then there's a training, like, but the minions, they just don't have the grace of a crane or the ferocity of a tiger. Well, they've got ferocity in spades, but they don't have the panache of a killer.
Panache! Big word for the PG movie, buddy.
Yeah, they're just not understanding how you break a cinder block with your forehead.
Dude, how long is this podcast on Minions gonna go for?
It's gonna be our longest yet.
Oh no, bro! What do I sign up for?
So they have their training. It's about a day has passed, so they're nearing their deadline.
Okay.
On saving Gru before he, gets fed to the. Oh yeah. So basically,
just sum it up. Please. Right. I'm like a vet crawling under barbed wire trying to get through this. Because I don't know what's going on, so it's just one random thing after another, and I haven't seen it, so I can't add anything. I'm just so lost. Please put me out of my misery. It is.
This film's a lot better.
Yeah, I know, you're talking about it for way longer. I just didn't want to be here for 3 hours.
Okay.
Yes. Professional.
So, and then the lady says to the minions that they're ready, and then they bolt. Like, they're gone instantly, because, they're busy men.
Yes.
They've got places to be. They can't sit around talking to, people when, they've got mere hours before Gru is killed.
We could only hope. That way we could retcon the first Despicable Me and none of this would ever exist.
Yeah, no, he just dies and then it's revealed to be an alternate timeline.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a twist? No one would have seen it coming. Literally no one. That would have been more expected than like an Avenger dying. Like,
timeline.
Yeah, Minions timeline, it's very diverse.
Yeah, there's the Despicable Me timeline and
Minions in the multiverse of madness. The triple M, come on, you know it's meant to be.
That would go hard.
It would. They have to be wearing tuxedos in that movie, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because being interdimensional warlords and traveling through dimensions, you have to be baller. What am I even talking about anymore?
Alright. So...
Gru's about to die. Minions ain't messing around. They're going. They got mere hours. Yes.
While the minions were training Kung Fu, the henchmen went back to Wild Knuckles' house and they're like, dude, you aren't even paying us for this shit? And we just got our asses, like, ruined. We're in, like, casts. We look like that guy whose bones are made of glass and his skin is made of, like, paper from SpongeBob. Every day he breaks his legs. Every night he breaks his arms or some shit.
I think I remember that.
From the chocolate episode.
Yeah, I think I remember that reference.
Yeah. So they're like, dude, we're done with this shit. So he's like, alright, Gru, I'm just gonna have you, like, do some chores around the house. Like cleaning the alligator pool. Because he has a pool of alligators.
Of course.
He is a supervillain.
Does it top
It's also important to note that Wild Knuckles is Gru's favorite supervillain.
Okay. Mention
So
that now.
they have a bit and then Gru is just he's a bit silly, he's a bit goofy, and he drops something into the alligator pool.
Okay.
And so Wild Knuckles is like, yeah, I'll go in and get it. And then, oh no, the alligators fucking hate him. Because he's put them in this tiny, tiny pool. There's like 6 of them in a pool. That's not even as big as like a normal backyard pool is. It's like tiny.
Okay.
And then Gru saves him from the alligators. And from this point on, they've got a bit of an idol, like mentor partnership going. Like a father figure, you know?
Alright.
So Gru's not even actually in danger now.
Okay.
So they
Lack
go
of
to rob a
agency.
bank.
They go to rob a bank. What? I don't understand. I don't understand.
And then they enter the Bank of Evil
Oh shit.
from Despicable Me.
Got him. References. Got him.
And then this is the second plot hole. Remember when I brought that up like 40 minutes ago? That there was going to be another plot hole that I didn't like?
Yes, 40 minutes ago.
We see on the manager's desk a picture of him with young Vector, because Vector is his son. But
Okay, mention that now, yep.
this film is set in 1976, and Vector is in his 20s in 2012. So Vector should not have even been born yet. This is a travesty of filmmaking.
Gotta agree with you there, buddy. But I think for some different reasons.
An actual disaster depicted on screen.
Dude, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it anymore. Can you, like, rapid fire tell me everything that happens in the movie in, like, 2 minutes?
Man, I would die going that.
Come on, no breaths. Just go, one take.
Alright, so Gru and Wild Knuckles act a bit silly. Wild Knuckles is the distraction. Gru goes into the vault, he takes the Mona Lisa. They leave, and then they've got like they've got a mutual respect. They go home, but good grief and alas, the Vicious Six have tracked Gru down.
Good grief and alas! Oh no! After we took the Mona Lisa!
The Vicious Six tracked Gru down to Wild Knuckles' headquarters, and they busted this man's house. They tore it down to the foundations. And the Wild Knuckles gets down, he sits on one of the only remaining chairs, and he's like, damn, Gru, I'm suicidal. I've got nothing left.
Whoa!
I have nothing in my life.
Yeah.
And I have no friends, and you're free to go. Just, like, be on your way, please. I would like to be alone. So Gru takes his Mona Lisa, he's gone, he's just roaming the streets of San Francisco.
With Mona Lisa?
Yes, and then Otto arrives at San Francisco, and he sees a giant parade for the Chinatown thing, and this distracts him because he, like I said, Otto's a bit goofy.
Whoa.
So he enters the parade instead of going to find Gru, and so he's goofing off, he's having fun in the parade. It's a bit of a Ferris Bueller's Day Off moment.
Bueller-esque, as people
Yes.
would say.
It's just some Bueller-esque filmmaking. And then Gru stumbles upon the parade, and he sees Otto. Gru and Otto have finally found each other. They are a team. Gru's so proud of Otto. He gives him a high five and a pat on the head, and he says, Otto, you are my guy.
Sorry, stop him, like, the scene from Batman 89, like, where Joker's like, you are my guy, like, feeling his shoulders. All right, 2 minutes is almost up. Go.
And the Vicious Six have followed Gru to the parade, and now the Vicious Six are there, and they take the stone back, and the clock strikes midnight on the Chinese New Year, and they turn into dragons.
What?
Well, the main lady becomes a dragon. Vengeance becomes a bull. Nunchucks becomes a snake. Nunchucks is a nun who uses nunchucks.
Is this a Despicable Me movie? Am I watching Kung Fu Panda 4?
And a couple of the others are like, not as important.
Of course.
And then Kevin, Stewart, and Bob have, seen the commotion. They've arrived as well to help. But there's not much three little guys can do, because Minion Gru has been strapped to the clock, and as the clock's hands are moving, it's gonna rip this poor kid in half.
Whoa. That's a lot.
There's like a giant clock, and you know how like clock hands move. I don't know if you've seen an analog clock.
Yeah.
Like Gru's like tied to it, so as the hands move like further apart, he's going to just get split in half.
So I'm just imagining Gru in like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 right now in the clock tower, about to be like killed by some gears.
Basically, yeah.
Hey, I did pretty good.
And then Kevin, Stewart, and Bob arrive, but the Vicious Six use the Zodiac Stone to turn them into a goat, a rabbit, and a chicken. It's like, what? These guys can't kill a dragon, and a snake, and a minotaur, and whatnot? Right. So, they're getting their asses handed to them by these Chinese mythological beasts.
Yes.
Otto, who's still there, is going to climb the clock tower. He's going to free Gru. So, while he's doing that, he climbs up, he unties Gru, but then Otto gets grabbed by one of the monsters, and Gru saves him by, like, hitting him with, like, a part of the clock, and that guy falls, like, 50 meters to die.
Nice. Love it.
And then the main bell bottom, the dragon, sees this. She's gonna breathe fire onto Gru and Otto. They're in grave peril. But then Wild Knuckles shows up to save the day, and he takes the full force of the fire breath, and his charred corpse is shown.
What? Really?
Yeah, he is totally fucked.
Capital F?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's done. But then the other minions fully realize their potential from their kung fu training, and they start beating ass. They're fighting these giant monsters that are like 10 times their size, and the chicken one does a very disturbing thing where it lays like 70 eggs.
What? What are you trying to tell me, Jackson? What are you trying to tell me, buddy? I don't... Where are you going with this?
And at least one of those hatches into a little baby chicken minion.
Alright, Minions, The Rise of Gru. That's the movie.
Don't you dare. So basically, they do a little battle. And then Gru gets the Zodiac Stone off of the dragon, and he turns them all back. He turns them into rats.
Okay.
He turns the Vicious Six into 5 vicious little rats. And then they get captured by the Anti-Villain League from Despicable Me 2.
Okay.
So the Vicious Six are dealt with. And then Wild Knuckles is taken into police custody, because my man's still not dead. He's a bloody beast.
Okay.
And then Wild Knuckles says to Gru that the Anti-Villain League isn't going to be able to hold him for long, despite his numerous crimes. And then the scene after this is Wild Knuckles' funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Because he apparently died in police custody.
Okay.
And then while Gru is reading the eulogy and the minions are carrying out his coffin, he sees Wild Knuckles hiding behind a tree.
Ah, got him! GTA 5, let's go!
This man's a madman. Yeah, he literally does that.
He's hiding behind the tree, throws a cigar, because everyone's smoking cigars in this story.
So the minions in one of their classic little goofs, one of them trips while putting the coffin in the hole, and they bury him alive.
Oh, fuck!
He's down there with the coffin, forever. They just start shoveling dirt in before he climbs out of the hole.
Oh my god! So someone really did die. Oh my god! That's horrible.
And then Gru gets into Wild Knuckles' car, and he's like,
I'm sorry, you were right. It is like Kill Bill. You're getting buried alive and shit. Like, fuck, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Yep.
And then Gru and Wild Knuckles are driving off into the sunset, and Gru's like, Wild Knuckles, I hope I too one day will fake my own death to avoid the authorities. That is a quote from the film. Gru says that he wants to fake his own death to avoid the authorities. Based. What a legend.
Oh, fantastic.
Wild Knuckles says the final line of the film where he tells Gru to shoot for the moon, and they drive off.
Hey, got him. Beautiful. That's poetry in motion, dude.
Then while they're driving away, credits roll. I stand up. I start clapping. My mate next to me, he stands up, he's clapping. People in front of me, they're standing up. People off to the side, people in the front row, people in the middle row. We're clapping, they're applauding, they're hooting and hollering. This is the greatest cinema experience of our lives. And then the after credits scene starts, and we all have to sit down.
Wait, so you were all clapping for like 5 minutes? Did it really go that long?
No, the after credits scene, it's like there's like 3 seconds of credits, and then an after credits scene. It does the main characters like voice cast, and then after credits scene. Then the after credits scene is Gru going back to meet young Dr. Nefario and asking him to work for Gru.
Yeah.
And then it shows like Gru's like classic car, the really big one. And then actual credits starts, and we all stand up again, and we're cheering.
Actually, he's did it twice. You got up, you start clapping, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, hang on, there's more, and we'll sit down again, and never goes to silence, and you just get back up and start going.
That's literally what happened.
Oh, that's awesome. Didn't count on the post-credits scene, did you? Illumination,
yes,
they got you.
I really don't know why I didn't see it coming, to be honest. I considered the possibility, but I still went for it, because I couldn't miss the opportunity.
Oh, yeah. I love that everyone joined in with you. That is awesome.
I won't say everyone, because everyone is alive.
No, everyone joined in. Alright, that's how we're remembering this story. And no, everyone, including the projectionist, he fucking stood up and he was clapping.
He stood up in front of the film. There was just a big silhouette of a man.
Yeah, people were throwing bras on stage. There were tears. People were hugging each other and in rejoice. That's how it happened to me.
We laughed together. We cried together.
That's right.
And then,
oh my god, what the fuck did you just tell me? I'm thinking of the whole movie. So there's a guy, right? And he's going into this place. He's fighting metal fucking robots or some shit to get a Zodiac stone. Wait, no, but that's right after the lady has the chase with the cops. And
the chase with the cops is only for her to get the map to the Zodiac stone. It's very minor.
That's right, to the Zodiac stone. Then they go to get the Zodiac stone, and then she betrays him and leaves him there. And we think he's dead until he comes back later. And then some other shit happens. Some minions are flying a plane. Everyone's trying to get to San Francisco because Gru has been kidnapped because they think he has the Zodiac Stone, but he doesn't. Then they go and they get Gru, or they don't get Gru, and Otto dies in the desert, the fat cunt. And then we fucking all go to the Chinese fucking New Year parade. Some people shapeshift into different animals, and then it kind of just ends.
Otto might be the one that gets buried alive.
Wait, really? Holy shit!
Because he's not actually in the other films, and because he's such
Oh
a
my god! Yeah.
major character in this one, I think he might actually be the one that gets buried alive.
Dude, you're right. This movie goes hard. That's why he's on all the motorcycle helmets, dude. Like, it makes sense. It's so good. Okay, so would you recommend this movie?
Yes.
What if you had to grade it out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd give it, if you actually, like, take it for what it is, you know, I'm not going in, I'm not expecting, like, you know...
A Mona Lisa?
Well, we did get that. But,
I did get that, so it's art, right? Don't give it anything lower than a 9, you'll get in trouble.
You know, I'm leaning, like, I'm saying this is, like, an 8 out of 10 film.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it, like, is, like... Obviously, it sounds really goofy to explain it all.
It does.
But actually watching it, it's a pretty enthralling and engrossing experience.
Oh my god. So he's all clapped. He's had a wonderful time. What happened next? Like leaving the theater? Was there like...
We walked out. One of my compatriots had to go to the bathroom, so we were standing outside while everyone was walking past us.
Yep.
And we saw like the other people in suits, and like we were like high-fiving them and stuff. And like I shook one of their hands. And he
Excellent.
It was a true friendship was made on that day.
Oh my god.
Then I went outside, and that was when I called you.
Yeah, so this is where I finally come into the story. And you're like, hey man, I've just had a life-changing experience. Here's some bullet points of what's happening. We're going to the pub. And I'm like, have a great time, buddy. And did you get wasted? Follow up.
Yeah. I had, because my mate who paid for tickets also paid for drinks at the pub.
Nice.
He was buying rounds for the 4 of us.
Solid friend. Shout out to friend.
Yeah, no, I had a fair few glasses of whiskey there.
Ooh. Cheeky glass or two? You're like, thanks, this is a celebration of Minions, the Rise of Gru.
Because I was just like, yeah, get me whatever you're getting yourself.
Yep.
And he was getting like whiskey sours.
Wow.
No, they were quite nice. Lakes Hotel, West Lakes, South Australia. So, you know.
Yes.
We had a couple more cigars, because he had a few more left.
Awesome. That's fantastic. The cigars thing's fucking awesome. Oh my god, what an experience.
Then at about 10:30 we went home.
That sounds immaculate. So, there's more plans going forward.
While we were at the bus stop, a crackhead came up to us and started talking to us, and she also guessed that we had seen Minions.
Fuck, man. Yeah, so I was gonna like wrap it up.
Talking about how she works at McDonald's.
Yeah. The crackhead from McDonald's, anyway, she realised that we were going to see Minions: The Rise of Gru. You see.
We had a lovely little conversation for about 20 minutes or so, because that was when my bus came in. And then I left my friend alone with the crackhead.
And we didn't see him again.
I haven't seen him again.
Wait, you have? You haven't?
It's only been 2 days, yeah.
You haven't heard anything?
No, we don't talk that often though, so it's not really a surprise.
And so we never saw him again.
And considering that bus stop is actually at the Like, that bus stop is in view of where I work. If he got stabbed, I probably would have known.
Oh no, it was something far worse. But we never saw him again, and that is how the story ends. However, we will leave it open ended because you have reminded me that there are plans to see Barbie next year. Is this going
There
again? Are we making this an annual Jackson tells us the experience of movie?
Well, next time you're gonna be there.
I would
'Cause
love to.
I'm gonna buy you the plane tickets if I have to.
Pink
So
glittery
come
suit,
there.
man. Yeah, man.
You can wear your suit to Barbie.
I
It's coming.
will. I'm gonna
Oh,
wear an expensive fucking suit.
did I send you that picture of the poster that said,
Yes.
people in formal attire will be refused access to Minions Rise of Gru?
Yes, this is why I wanted to bring up the question. What is going on? I understand that everyone's dressing up in suits and this is the new thing, like how everyone wanted to raid Area 51. But with Area 51, I get it. They want to find the aliens. They want to find the secret. What is the purpose of this one? I don't understand. And like, what's going on that's bad enough that they would refuse getting money because people in suits are doing something so bad that they would have to put up a sign?
I think that was a case of people being like, a lot of people like being disruptive.
That raises more questions. What would they be doing? They're there to see a movie. Like, are they
Like,
all
I've
going?
seen a lot of like videos of people like a pack of like 20 guys all carrying bushels of bananas.
So it's like the Wolf of Wall Street when they go to see the movie. Everyone's doing handstands and shit and just yelling at each other in suits, getting hyped up.
I've also actually, yeah, I've seen a funny video. It's like somebody told us we couldn't sneak like 50 kilograms of bananas into the Minions movie. And then they've got two people dressed as like trash men, and they've got a bin, and they're like, "Oh," they tell the lady at the gate like, "Oh, we're here to empty the bins out." And they go in, and the bin, like, this is a wheelie bin full of bananas, and they go in and they're handing out bananas to everybody in the cinema.
I like to imagine, like, you know, the same premise of they didn't think we could sneak this many bananas in. They sneak them all in and then just start eating all of them while the movie's going. Just leave banana peels everywhere and leave everyone in confusion. Like, what? Where did all the fucking bananas come from? How did they even get in? And then maybe watch the security footage back of people just smuggling bananas in flat out everybody. I just think that'd be funny to watch.
Yeah, no,
Maybe we can do it. Just you and me. We'll snuggle in like 50 kilos of bananas. It'd be good.
maybe next time.
Barbie, let's do it.
Well, the movie's done, and I've talked about what I've done after it. I've said my piece pretty much.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it, so I can't say much. But from what I've heard, it sounds convoluted. The Zodiac thingy sounds like a MacGuffin. And there's a couple jokes that could be kind of funny if you had a good experience. And the Mona Lisa's in it. And some minions. Also a really small, fat one that rides a bike really fast. Yeah, alright, time to wrap this up. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. And if you've made it all the way through to the end of this... No, you didn't. Come on, don't fucking lie. We're the only two people here.
I mean, I'm also going to be here, because I'm kind of interested in hearing it back.
Hello, future Jackson. Yeah, no, it wasn't as great as you remembered it, but the experience was fun, and that's what we'll remember. It's forever immortalized. To anyone else that hung out the whole way, seriously, you're awesome. I can't believe you're even still here. That's amazing, because we have a lot of new subscribers. A lot. I don't know who the hell is watching this. Yeah, they thought you're getting content. No. You're getting a still image and us just rambling about fucking Minions for 2 hours. Anyway,
Not even us rambling about it. It's just me.
it's just you and me just being confused.
I probably sound like a schizo even to people who have seen the film.
Probably. Anyway, thank you again, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next time when hopefully we can maybe talk about a movie that I have seen as well.